Y'all, a beautiful black angel just downloaded this idea into my head. Biracials, specifically white biracials in TV and movies and media in the US American context, I just realized a way that they can help to mitigate the erasure of visibly brown skinned black women in media. The white biracials just need to go after white roles. Duh. I hear me out. So oftentimes the biracial ideology and politics is that they're both of the halves, right? Yet they tend to follow eugenics, which says that one job makes them black. So you have all these white biracials, oftentimes who grew up from by raised by white women in white cultural politics and ideology, not grounded in black American cultural values at all, who operate with the same level of entitlement that their whiteness affords them. And so they feel entitled to claim Black identity in ways that they don't deserve or in ways that does not match the Black experience. Who gets to determine who's Black? God damn it, Black people. But so, how would this strategy work? Okay, so the white biracials, when they go to get roles cast, they need to go after white women roles. So this way, it could be a generation of white girls who grow up seeing these mixed race women who are identifying as white, and they themselves experience the internal conflict and internal erasure and the corrosiveness that comes from a lack of representation in media, or the type of representation that says this is who you are when you know that that is not who you are. Because this is what brown skinned girls have to deal with every single day and nobody cares. But so for all the white biracials who want to be in solidarity with black folk, and I think part of their way of doing that, again, because their whiteness allows them to lack empathy and not really be in community with black women specifically, I think they think by representing themselves in media as black women that that's how they could do it. But of course, they know that they're aiding in the erasure, and or they don't care, and or because again that whiteness allows them to be so self-centered, they don't think about how this impacts the collective black experience in black people, particularly black girls and black women. Because oftentimes we know that white biracials are not in community with black women and they didn't grow up in household where black women were valued. Because what brings the black men and the white women together is the mutual hate of black women who are the only people who actually birth black children, right?
One of the things I noticed about my white mom is she didn't have any foundational relationships with black women, but yet had a myriad of black men in her circle. So when I see a biracial child being raised by a woman who doesn't even have black women in her proximity, but can tokenize black men, this indicates to me that there is a dislike for black women. And if they have a black daughter,
And so I would love to see 2025 and forward the new face of white women being these mixed race people, and little blonde hair, blue eyed, recessive gene white girls are looking and they're feeling insecure and self conscious because they can never naturally obtain whom they are being told by mass media is the new face and imagery of whiteness. You see what I mean? The psychological warfare, but flipped. And usually, I know, master tools is never really a good thing. We need to start playing dirty like how the Democrats need to be playing. We need to start strategizing. If the goal is to recognize the corrosive effect and the psychological implications of a lack of representation. We know this from the Brown versus Board of Education. Mamie and Kenneth Clark, the psychologists who did the doll test in the 40s and the 1940s. So all of this has been established via empirical evidence and data and lived experience. But in terms of attacking this through media, so imagine um, Amandla, Zendaya, Zendaya, whatever, all the white biracials, imagine them instead of making their faces, instead of, excuse me, aligning themselves with the standard in our society that displaces and dismisses and decenters the brown skinned black people, as if black people are not the darker people. And we should be represented as such and we should be proud of it. Because one thing is black men get to be black. Black men get to have nappy hair and dark skin, but black women got to be racially ambiguous. No, I don't see myself through these light skinned women that y'all celebrate. I don't see myself through the character Natalie on Severance. I don't see myself in Beyonce, y'all. Stop playing. Mm-mm.
And when you look back at the charts at Top 40 Radio, you'll see that the black women that have been successful with airplay were all of light complexion.
Right, because you had mentioned Mariah Carey, Rihanna,
Nicki
Nicki Minaj, and your kids,
and Alicia Keys.
Alicia Keys and Beyonce, are all light skinned and they all get pushed.
Correct.
So yeah, what y'all think? Solid way to show solidarity from white biracials, particularly white biracial women who have historically aided in the erasure of visibly brown skinned black women by going after roles marketed as black women. The answer is for them to start going after roles marketed as white women because you have just as much claim to white identity as you have to black identity. And I need y'all to move with the level of entitlement towards whiteness as y'all move with entitlement towards black people. That's that white savior popping up in y'all. So just like use it the right way in ways that matter.